Hey everybody, kind of odd to see me on a Tuesday night, isn't it? But I kind of thought with everything that's going on, maybe we needed to just have a little session and get together and breathe some. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear me over the thunderstorm that's going on outside right now. I just got home, which was interesting in and of itself because it is pouring rain, but I'm not the type of person to panic. But I have to admit that when I went to Walmart last night to get wine, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy, it was a little disconcerting to see everybody running around piling stuff into their cart, and the shelves are empty, and people are just going crazy. And I think that, we kind of just need to breathe. Take a deep breath, and, we'll all get through this. So what I want to do tonight, I'm not going to do a super long deal. I'm not even going to get up off the floor. I just really want to sit and focus on our breath, really breathing, and, just do a little stretching, because I know that some of you are in high risk categories, so you're probably not going out anywhere. I know at least one of you is actually sick, not with coronavirus, but with a cold or flu or something. And when you're not feeling great and you're stuck in the house and your body starts to get achy and mentally you start to really lose it. And so that's when panic can really set in. So I think, let's just take a little time. And of course, most of you, nobody knew that I was going to do this. So you're probably just going to watch it later if you watch it at all. I would say grab all your props. I've got everything. 2 blocks. I've got my big blue bolster. I've got 2 blankets, and I've got 2 purple bolsters and my strap. And I'm just going to do some floor stuff and then down on the back and a nice Shavasana that's really fully supported. But what I really want to do is just focus on the breath, because if we can breathe and if we can get some movement into our bodies, then that goes a heck of a long way, not only for being healthier, but for being mentally healthier. And I think we all need that right now as people are running around like Chicken Little and the sky is falling. And I think if we all kind of sit back and relax and stop this hoarding and craziness, the sky is really not falling, and this too shall pass. I mean, everything does. So let's just start off seated. I'm going to go ahead and take my glasses off, and I'm going to come into Shavasana. So for me, this is still a little bit difficult, so I'm just going to support my right leg. So always remembering to use your props to your benefit, because there's no sense hurting yourself. It's not about hurting yourself. And I will apologize for the lighting, but it's pretty dark outside, so this is pretty much what I got. So let's come into easy pose. I had to think about what easy pose was. Sukhasana. Okay, I'm losing my Sanskrit words. I need to use them more often. So I want to bring the legs in loosely. The ankles are uncrossed. And if, of course, you can't do this, then you can extend a leg. Whatever's going to be comfortable for you tonight. I want you to be comfortable and focus on the breath. So we're going to sit up nice and tall and relax the shoulders back. Your hands can be to your knees. They can be in your lap, just one on top of the other. It's up to you. Then what I want you to do is close your eyes. So I want you focused on what I'm saying and on your breathing. I don't want you looking around the room or anything like that. So just close your eyes. And even though we're going to do a pretty gentle practice tonight, I really want to get that yoga breath going. So let's start inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the nose. Just really breathing. Remember that when you breathe your yoga breath, it brings 8 times more oxygen into your body. It can really help to settle your mood. to really bring some energy into your system. That's what we're looking for, because the constant news cycle and everything that's going on, and everybody on Facebook who thinks they're now doctors, it starts to wear you down. So let's just keep breathing. Keep your eyes closed. Focusing on your breath. You feel the rise of your belly, your ribs, your chest, your shoulders will go up. And then as you exhale and pull your navel back to the spine, your ribs, your chest will deflate, your shoulders will relax. Just really getting that deep breath. That's all we're thinking about right now, is just the breath. Just calming our nervous systems. And on your next exhale, taking your right ear down to your right shoulder, just stretching out the left side of your neck. Inhale back to center, and the left ear will go to the left shoulder. And again, just follow your breath. Keep that breath going. Just stretching out your neck. Getting some movement into your bodies. Especially if you're not feeling good and you're laying around in bed or you're laying around on the sofa, your body starts to get even more achy and sore. So if you can manage to do some stretching like this, it's a good thing for you. Then on your next inhale, bring your head back to center. We're going to go ahead and take the right hand to the mat behind us, and then we're going to bring the left hand to that right knee. Inhale, sitting up, and exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Just very gently pushing down on that knee. You don't want to pull up on it. You can look over your shoulder or just look to the right, always listening to your neck. And you can still have your eyes closed. You don't need to have your eyes open to do a seated twist, unless, there's some weird thing going on that I don't know about. Keep the breath going. Then we're going to exhale through center. Take the left hand behind us, the right hand to the left knee, and twist to the left. And again, we're just pushing gently down on the left knee. And we're going to exhale back to center. Both hands to the mat in front of you, and on the exhale, just walk forward. Pushing into your palms to keep your hips back. Keep the breath going. Keep your neck neutral. No turtle tucking. Just feel the breath energizing you, calming you. And I love it that it's raining, because I can hear it raining while I'm doing this, so there's no music needed. We'll just have the music of the rain. One more nice deep breath. And then exhale, walk it back in, and let's switch the legs out if you can do so. Once again, bringing the hands back to the knees. Just breathing. You can still have your eyes closed. Since we're seated, for most of you, it should be okay to have your eyes closed, and there shouldn't be any kind of balancing issues or anything like that. Then we're going to inhale the arms up, bringing the palms together. On the exhale, let's come over onto the left palm or forearm, that's up to you, and we're gonna reach the right arm across. So make sure that both sitting bones stay firmly rooted into the mat. The tendency here is you go too far and then your right sitting bone comes up. So if that's happening and you're down on your forearm, come back up on your palm. Just breathe and stretch. That is our sole focus tonight, is breathe and stretch. We're not going to do strength or anything like that. Not going to do balance. Then we'll inhale the hands back up. And exhale, come over onto the right palm or forearm, stretching your left arm either straight up or over. You can look up or down, or you can just have your eyes closed. Then we'll inhale the arms back up and bring them down into Anjali Mudra, and then the hands back to the knees. Bring your chin into your chest and hang back in baby spine pose. Just breathe in that. And then on your next inhale, come gently back up, and let's extend both legs out in front of us. Making sure your feet are flexed. Let's pull the buns out from under us. Bring the hands down by your side, relaxing your shoulders as we sit in Dandasana, staff pose. Once again, just breathing, and you can still have your eyes closed if you want. When we close our eyes and we shut out that visual, then our other senses kick in, and we can use the touch of our hands on the mat, and we can listen to the breath. We can feel our bodies rooting down into the mat. Now, if you need to widen out your legs a little bit as we proceed into seated forward bend, go ahead and do so. On your inhale, taking your arms up, and the palms are facing one another, and we're lengthening, coming out of the waist. On the exhale, we're going to fold forward into Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend. Taking your hands to the outside edges of your feet, to your shins, to the mat. If you want to use your strap, of course, go ahead and do so. Just remember that you want to keep your elbows guided back by your side. And that way your arms are doing the work and you're not overstressing your upper body. So whatever works for you tonight is fine. Try to keep your back as flat as you can, keeping your neck neutral. Just breathing into the pose. Feeling your body move with the breath. The movements may be small or they may be large, it doesn't matter. Just keep the breath going. Always remembering that if you ever feel like you're caught in a seated pose, to come out of the pose for a few breaths and then gently go back into it. Sometimes that happens. You feel like a little catch right under your rib cage. So, always listening to your body, and I'm never going to stop preaching that, ever. Then at the end of your next exhale, walk your hands back in. And I want to go into wide leg seated forward bend, and I want to hold it for a bit. So I'm going to time it. So what I want to do is, let's go ahead and spread the legs out wide. And we're going to pull the buns out from under us and get that forward tilt. Take your blocks, and you can stack them any way you want. And you guys know by now, when we're doing a supported Upavista Konasana, y'all know how you like your blocks and your bolsters. So, and you know that as we go through this, if you start to feel like you could go a little bit further, you can turn the block down or down to the low side or whatever you want to do. I usually start with one block on the low side, the other one on the high side, and then my bolster is on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and start this timer, and I'm going to give y'all about 5 minutes. So just really relax into it. If you feel like you need to come out of it at some point, just do so mindfully. Right, Kelly? So everybody just relax into it. Keep the breath going. Now, if you find that in this position you're uncomfortable breathing deeply, just go back to your normal breath, and that's fine. Close your eyes. Focus on the breath. That's what you want to do, is just get that breath going and focus on that. Relax your body. Try to clear your mind as much as you can. The more that you can focus on your breath, the less you're going to be thinking about things that may be worrying you right now. And I really think that no matter how calm a person you might be, and I'm a pretty calm person, this is a stressful situation. It's a stressful time in our country and in our world. And so I think it's more important even than ever to take care of ourselves, because we're hustling around and we're trying to find things and, trying to make sure we have enough food and enough toilet paper, because how much do you need, people? Come on. So it's important to take time to breathe, and it's important to take time to stretch. And it's super important to take time to quiet your mind. Quiet your mind. One of the things that I'm trying to do is stay informed, but not become obsessed with the news. Because in my personal opinion, the media wants us to be scared. So I am aware of what's going on, but I'm not a media junkie all day long. So that helps me. And then breathing. Listen to the rain. Take a drive. Whatever's going to calm you down or help you, that's what you got to do. Take a hot bath. I did that the other night, and I'll probably do it tonight as long as it's not lightning. Have a glass of wine. Spend some time with your significant other if you have one. Call your best friend on the phone. Do whatever it is that you got to do to stay calm. And use your yoga to your advantage. This is what yoga is all about. It's about making your body and making your mind feel better. So breathe and stretch. And I find that when I breathe and when I stretch, when I take time for myself, even if it's only 10 or 15 minutes, I'm much calmer. I can focus better. I'm more productive. And we're all in this together, but we all have different paths to follow through it, because some of us can't go out because we have immune issues. Others of us are having to work from home. Others, like Ken and myself, are kind of scared about what's going to happen, because a lot of small businesses don't come back from crises like this. So we're a little nervous. you know. But we're still all in this together. So we're just going to keep the breath going. Stay nice and focused. And remember, as you're going through your day, if you start to feel a little scattered, stop and do some stretching. Even if it's half down dog at the wall, on a counter or on your sofa or whatever, wherever you can do it. If it's a forward bend, it's fine, you know, as long as you don't have a short skirt on and you're in the office, that would be bad. Anything like that that's going to help you, you need to take the time to do it. All throughout your day, use your yoga. You know, it doesn't always have to be a half hour or an hour all at one sitting. I do yoga all day long. Do a side stretch. Just breathe deeply for 30 seconds. It can all help. Okay, we're going to exhale and come back up. Gently moving your props out of the way. Let's release each leg one at a time. Bringing the feet flat to the mat. We're going to pull up into birthing babyasana pose. That's my name for it. Yeah. All right. Somebody has joined me, and I suspect it's Debbie, maybe. Maybe. All right, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Let's interlace the fingers around the toes or grab hold of your ankles. On the exhale, we're going to come down into bound angle, Baddha Konasana. Binding it up. Beth is probably teaching right now, but that's okay. She can look at it later and bind herself up. Just breathe. And again, if you want to still have your eyes closed, that's fine. Then we'll exhale, coming back up, and let's bring the knees back together. And we're going to come down onto our backs. And we're just going to do a little bit on our backs, and then we're going to do, I knew it was you, Debbie. Hi. We're going to do a nice Shavasana when we're done with a lot of stuff. So if you like doing that really supported Shavasana with all the props, make sure you have them. But for now, let's just make sure you got your strap. Come down onto your back. I'm going to try and angle my mat a little bit differently. There we go. So we're going to come down onto our backs and then bring your feet flat to the mat. Bring your knees into your chest. And you can either cross your ankles and rock in cradle rock, or you can come into happy baby, whichever you prefer. Just really focusing still on the breath and taking the movement, if you're rocking, as slow as you need to really make your back feel good. And I'm actually going to, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to turn my mat a little bit more so that I'm kind of sideways to the camera. I hate putting my rear end right in y'all's face. It's rude. Even though you're on your back and you're not looking, but still. Okay, there we go. Just breathe. Really getting into any area of your back that might be super achy tonight. And then we'll come to a stop, uncross the ankles, grab your strap. We're going to take the strap around the balls of your feet, and on the inhale, we're going to take the legs up to the sky into reverse pose. Just having the feet flexed, just for a couple of breaths. And then on the exhale, we're going to take the legs out wide into a V, and if you want to rock here, you can. Just don't go too crazy because you might fall over. Which happens to me all the time, by the way. Big shock there, right? I know. I'm a klutz. It's all good. Now it's gotten so bad that Ken has mystery bruises appearing that he can't account for. Let's bring the feet back together in the strap. We're going to keep the right foot in the strap and take the left leg down onto the mat. Take your left arm out to the side and the right leg down to the right, where it can rest on. I happen to land on one of my bolsters, so that's fine. Or you can just hold it with your elbow propped on your mat. You can hold your foot up, so that works. If your room is really small, your foot might hit the wall. It's all good. Just breathe. Again, you can have your eyes closed if you want, focusing on the breath. Then we'll inhale that leg up, switch the strap to your left hand, right arm out to the side, and we're going to take the leg across to the left. Make sure you keep your shoulders flat on the mat. You don't want to go too far because we want to get that nice stretch. Oh, now you got my foot in the screen. You want to get that nice stretch in your glute and your hip, and you don't want to rotate it too far in that effort to put your foot on the floor, which is unnecessary. Then we'll inhale that leg up, bring the left leg up into the strap, the right leg down onto the mat, right arm out to the side, and the left leg goes down to the left. And again, it can rest on the floor, on a block, on your bolster. You can prop your elbow and hold your strap up. Just breathe into it. Then inhale that leg up, switch the strap to your right hand, left arm out to the side, and exhale the leg across to the right. Once again, keeping the shoulders as flat to the mat as possible. And then we'll inhale and bring that leg back up. Bend your knee, release your strap. Go ahead and set that off to the side. So we're going to go ahead and extend the left leg onto the mat. Bring the right knee into the chest. We'll take the right arm out to the side and keep the left hand on your knee. And on the exhale, we're just going to twist down to the left into revolved abdomen. So once again, your shoulders are going to stay as flat to the mat as possible. You can look up to the ceiling or you can look over your right shoulder to extend the stretch. And again, if you want to have your eyes closed, feel free. Focusing on the breath. If you can hear the rain, you're listening to the rain. Personally, I find rain to be very calming. I know some people don't like thunderstorms. I think they're awesome. Sadie would disagree with me. Then we're going to inhale that knee up, give it a little squeeze into the chest, and take the right leg out onto the mat. Inhale the left knee in, left arm out to the side of the body. On the exhale, we're going to twist to the right, keeping that right hand on the knee. And again, you can look up to the ceiling or over your left shoulder, eyes open or closed, it doesn't matter. Just breathe. Then we'll inhale that knee up, give it a little tug, and take the leg out onto the mat. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and go into Shavasana. So I want you to do whatever form of Shavasana is really, really, really relaxing for you. I'm going to take my blue bolster and put it behind me lengthwise, and I'm going to lay back on it, and I want it to just support my upper back, because under my lower back, I'm going to put a purple bolster, and I'm going to have that horizontal. So the blue bolster is vertical and it's just supporting my shoulders and my head. The purple bolster is horizontal, supporting my lower back. My behind is on the floor. I'm going to take one block on the low side on each side of me. And then I'm going to take a blanket and I'm going to put it across me. Ooh, and I need my eye. Sorry, almost forgot my eye pillow. Gotta have that when I'm doing this. Okay, eye pillow, get that all ready. All right, so blanket. And you don't have to have a blanket. Do this any way that you want. What I'm focusing on or trying to achieve is let's get as comfortable and relaxed as we can. So take your legs out to the width of the mat. If you need another bolster under your knees, go for it. Whatever you need to do to really relax. And while we're doing this, of course, we're going to have our eyes closed. And I want you to just relax your breath and focus on your breath as much as possible. Try really hard not to let thoughts from the outside enter your head. And I know that's hard, but the more you focus on your breathing, the more that will work. So I'm going to go ahead and start my little timer. You guys close your eyes. Relax your bodies. Focus on your breath. Let your body sink into the earth, into your mat. Just relaxing everything. Let's slowly start to come out of Shavasana. Getting some movement back into our bodies. When you're ready, you can roll to one side and rest for a breath or two before coming gently back to seated. Coming back into easy pose. Bringing your hands into Anjali Mudra. And my final thought for tonight is to remember to breathe and that this too shall pass. It really will, I promise. I don't know what shape we'll be in when it does, but it will. And a big thank you once again to Brenda for my new shirt. Yoga Girls Are Twisted, because we are. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. If you need anything, you know where I am. Except toilet paper. I'm not sharing that because I don't have a lot. So take care. Be safe. Love you. See you later.